many people have shitted on our defense, talking about how we have the worst defensive, structure in the league, talking about how we need experience. Now, I want to talk about our defense for a second because so many pundits out there, so many people, opposition fan base, even our own fan base, they were so critical about our center backs, about our defense. And I always say, when you look at our defense, right? Yes, of course, Reece James has been played in the midfield for quite some games now, also because obviously Caicedo is suspended. But when you look at our fullbacks, you look at Cucurella, Gusto, even James, right? That's not a problem. Then the two central backs, those are the ones that we still haven't found people that can actually say, understand, and actually play together up until Fofana came back from injury. And since then, we've actually managed to keep, I think, 4 out of 5 or 5 out of 6 of games that they play together. So many people have shitted on our defense, talking about how we have the worst defensive, structure in the league, talking about how we need experience. Now, as that might be true to some extent, we are not as shit as people make it seem to be. But then again, we know when it comes to Chelsea, everything has to be over-exaggerated, which, I mean, at this point, if you're a Chelsea fan, you're kind of immune to it. People are talking about Arsenal have got the best defensive in the league, right? Best defensive record. But then actually, when you look at it, David Raya and Robert Sanchez have the same amount, if not, maybe Robert Sanchez got one more, clean sheet to his name. And then you look at how many goals they've conceded. I think they've only conceded about 2 goals more than us. But apparently we have the shittiest defensive partnership in the league. As much as I want us to improve on our defense, I still think that our defense, if we have Chalobah and Fofana, by the way, I don't want to see Tosin alongside Chalobah. I don't want to see Tosin alongside Fofana or Badiashile. Tosin can play, but I don't want to see Tosin playing alongside Chalobah. That partnership does not work. You see the partnership with Chalobah and Fofana, that's the one. Now, I understand that we also have to rest the likes of Fofana because of, the injury history and everything. So some games we will have to see Tosin, we will have to see Badiashile. As much as I want to see Fofana each and every game, Maresca is not going to do that. Common sense will tell you, there are some games we're going to have to rotate. And the amount of games we're playing this season, rotation is going to be the key part of how we are going to finish the season. So that partnership of Fofana and Chalobah, for me, has to be our number one priority. If you don't play Fofana for resting reasons or whatever reasons, put Josh Achimpong. Tosin. He's supposed to be the most experienced player in the squad, and yet he's the shittiest player. Well, let me not go too hard on him. Pause. He hasn't been performing well this season. I don't know what's happening. It's life. He's a human being. At the end of the day, maybe he's going through something, but he has not been the player that we want him to be.